So welcome to week 7. If when writing last week's assessment you were dying to share your recommendations for change, then this week is for you. Like your assessment, this quote annotated outline is really your draft of your recommendations. While I know it may seem like a broken record, it can't be said enough that your work this week is really a mirror image of last week's assessment. For each area of practice this week, you're offering solutions to the problem or opportunity that's the focus of your project. This is really the draft to part 2 of your final report. This may be the most enjoyable part of your project. With research done and all of your key questions addressed and your assessment of the current situation written last week, it's now on to suggesting what you're recommending for change. Like last week's assessment, the assignment can be rather concise if grounded in research and explained well. Again, there is no need for fluff. It's not just a big paper. Clear explanations of what, based on your research, you're recommending to be done is all you need. While your primary work this week will, of course, be writing up your recommendations, what we call 2.0, it's also important to take a few minutes to begin reflecting on what and how you've learned and grown. You're encouraged to simply begin the reflection process that will be included in your final project report, next week when it all comes together. The reading this week is more of a resource than a required reading. It's called Creating a Report, and while some of the readings in this course were mission critical, this is really pretty light and simply offered as a backdrop to the writing process. You have a pretty clearly defined process that you'll be using, so it may be helpful to review this early in the week before jumping into your draft for a little perspective. But basically, your own writing process, the assessment you did last week, the recommendations you're doing this week, following the outline that's been provided, addressing the questions in your matrix, is really what you need to be thinking about. One other chapter in this week's reading is, as we mentioned, to address the nature of reflection on your experience. As you know, reflection is an important part of the IRP. It's that lower left-hand part of the triangle. While there's widespread agreement about the need for reflection, it's often shortchanged in favor of finishing tasks and deliverables. It can also feel a bit ethereal or esoteric. This week's reading is designed to address that and bring reflection back down to earth by providing some concrete approaches to doing so.